Hey, good morning, everybody. How we doing out there today? Hello, Tommy, Vin, Thomas, JW, Joe, John. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. What is it? June 27th, 2023. My goodness, almost July. Oof. Where is this year going? Really is going fast. Okay, are we all ready to get started today? I'm not sure today is going to be a fantastic day trading, but let's see if we can try to put something together. Okay, we'll try. One thing I want to do, let's see, is I've got my dark chart up with some candlesticks, and I want to talk about this just a little bit. Oh yeah, thanks, Ed. Appreciate it. John will be doing his weekly e-learning at 1 p.m. Eastern in the members combo room. John is with our day trading group, BYOB trading. So if anyone is interested there, 1 p.m. Eastern, okay? That's a members only in the combo room, all members. So, okay, so let's talk about the market here. I'm not feeling like, we're going to have any rip-roaring rock'em sock'em day. There'll be some trades. Some people will set out because of the choppiness, the slowness. Some people are going to just rip the charts up, shred them. Well, here's some things I'm looking at, and I'm thinking about timing right now. Timing the market, timing a trade. And this is really important, I think. So let's take a look. We're going to look at the daily, and we're going to look at the hourly chart, and we're going to use the Trendicator here. And on the daily chart, the SPY, its price is putting pressure on what I like to call my trading trend, which is the Trendicator here. Basically, if we're above that, I'm absolutely bullish. Now, it doesn't mean that chart is buyable because of price action, maybe overhead resistance or something like that, but it is in a bullish trend. When price falls below and then those green dots turn red like this over here, then I'm bearish, not bullish. It doesn't mean that, go crazy buying bearish. You still have to analyze each and every chart before you do that. But overall, the market is bearish. Well, at the close yesterday, we were right on the edge. Now, that thing didn't turn red yesterday, but I suspect we're going to slip down today and maybe turn that a little bit red unless something just changes and pops up. And here's where I want to talk about timing. So if we see this moving down, you can run to an hourly chart, and it really works well with an hourly chart. And you can see that trend, and you can see where we changed here. So if you're needing something visual, this might be for you. Me, I'm a visual guy. I need to see something. I can't. It's hard for me to imagine colors, and it's funny when I've got to go pick my own clothes out. It's crazy. It's like, please, is that the right color? So this is just, it's part of that timing. Now, one of the worst places to trade, in my opinion, whoops, try this again. There we go. One of the worst places to trade is right there at the turn. I think that's a horrible place to trade. And, the reason is it creates chop. And the reason it creates chop is because you've got a battle between the buyers and sellers. You've got the sellers trying to push you down, and then you've got the buyers trying to keep you up. And that's too much of a battle. And that creates that little bit of chop in here. And then, what will happen is you'll see the bulls will pop in with a bullish candle, and then traders will jump on that because that's what traders do. Just the opposite, you'll see the sellers pop down with a bearish candle because and traders get on that short because that's what they do. And if you just think about it, it's a 50-50 game at this point. So if you're one of the traders that buy that bullish candle, you've got a 50% chance it's going to be bullish, but you've got 50% chance it's not going to be. Now, I don't think that's very good odds. And just the opposite if you're trying to go bearish here. So the turns are very dangerous in my opinion. The turns like to take your money. You know, where I'm thinking, say if you're bearish, see how we've moved down? You see how that white line slows down and moves sideways? Well, price had to come up here like this. It has to. And then that could be the entry for a short. And this would have been a good example. See how we popped up here? Now, I got to tell you, I'm not going to take that short, okay? I wouldn't take that short because of the price action, but you can see what it might look like. I mean, that to me would be no reason to short it, no reason to be long, but you can see what happened right there. This is a great example right here. Look how we rallied up. You can certainly short the doji if that's what you feel like. You can short this candle right here, and you can see where we are now. So there would have been money made on that trade. And you're doing better than a 50-50 probability because you don't have the battle of the buyers and the sellers. So timing is important. Let's go look at the Qs here. Look at the Qs. So look where the Qs are. This is an hourly chart. Look where the Qs are. Now, let's go to the daily chart. Look where they are here. So let's just assume for a moment there's some kind of bullish activity going on this morning, and you start seeing a little bullish activity. Okay? Now let's go to the hourly chart. If that bullish activity doesn't create a turn, and what is a turn? This is right here. Red to green. Red to green. Now, I'm not crazy about the first bar that moves over or the second bar or even that third or fourth. What I want is that trend to start. That trend starts by my reasoning, right or wrong, it's by my reasoning, when the white line is over the green dots. That's the T line over the Trendicator. So we are, to make that happen, these bulls are going to have to what? Maybe get 360, 285, maybe? I mean, I can't tell you at what price everything will turn over, smoothly. But let's just assume it's right here at 360, 390. Let's go back to the daily. Look where you are. And what if we started getting this bullish candle right here? Is that a reason to get bullish? No. Not until we get our trend going. The timing. And the turn, remember the turn is right here. If we do start to turn, if price comes up and gets above those dots and they turn green and the white line is not yet above there, and we want some little trend in here, if that hasn't happened, that's just right at the beginning of the turn. And that is where a lot of chop starts, and that's where a lot of people lose their money because they're too busy trying to play the 50-50 odds that they know what direction we're going to go to. So just keep that in mind. And this is true with any charts you want to look at. Let's take XLI as a example. Look how XLI has made the turn. Now see, price went up there before the white line did. Price is still there, price is there, price is there. Now the white line's starting to get up here. Let's go look at the daily chart. Now look at the daily chart. Much better way to trade. Much, much better way to trade, I think. It puts the advantage to you because you're not fighting the bulls and the bears. You're not fighting those traders out there duking it out, trying to, make their way. Does anyone have a chart that we can take a peek at? Anybody want to share? Well, yeah, you guys put one out there. In the meantime, I'm gonna look at Uber. Okay, look at Uber on the daily here. Look at that, perfect. I'm gonna draw a line right here, right about there. Now I'm gonna go to the hourly chart, and look how you could have timed Uber using that hourly chart and the Trendicator, along with the daily chart, okay? You see Uber on the daily chart, that looks pretty good. Look how you could have timed it. And if you're into long, short, trade one stock for the rest of your life if you want. And just trade it long, trade it short, trade it long, trade it short. See how that works there? Let's see. Yeah, the dotted is the 17 EMA. Yes. And Carlos, the white line is the T line. Yeah. All right. Anyone have any charts you want to peek at? I've got a couple minutes here. I hope this made sense. And I just feel like the market is in this area here where probably more sitting on your hands is going to make you more money than anything. And I'm just going to use this chart to take a look at things. So I'm going to get rid of all these lines here. So here's Phil, FVIST. Here's the hourly chart. We're in a downtrend. We've made the turn. The trend has started. Let's go look at the daily. Look at that daily. Now, excuse me. I'm only going to trade with the daily chart. Now, I know I'm looking at the 60-minute chart, but I'm just simply looking for that turn to make sure that it has turned over. Once it's turned over, I'm going to look at that daily chart here. Let's look at YPF. YPF. Come back over here at the hourly. See how this is choppy right through here? This is where traders want to stay away. Sometimes on a daily chart, it's really hard to see the chop until you have a couple of bars, 3, 4, 5 bars maybe. Well, on the daily chart, you pick it up, hourly chart, you pick it up a little earlier. That's just chop. Now, where I think this is a beautiful chart is back here. See how we rally up and then we get into the chop, just sideways consolidation. There's the breakout. There's your trade right here. Here we're in consolidation. Are we starting that trade again? We could be. Let's take a look at KRE short. So let's start with there is the daily chart, and let's get rid of this. There we go. So on KRE, outside of a little bit of itsy bitsy pullback on the daily, which I think that's going to be a bit more on the hourly, we rally up. Here we are underwater on the trend line. The T line has fallen below the Trendicator. Looks like it's short. Let's go over to that hourly, and here's that short setup all the way down. Here we pop up, and you can see that we've turned green, and now we're back red here. So for this one, Tyler, for this one short based on the hourly chart here, it could be. I'm gonna also put in price action and chart patterns, and what I see here is a bit of a bottom and a gap up, and consolidation. Really, I'm just looking for a pullback, a little bit of backfill. Right now, that looks like a bullish chart to me on the hourly. Now it's at that stage where too much lower, and then we're back into a bearish chart. But right now, the chart pattern is telling me that's a bit more to the bullish side. We're in this, could be a turning stage right here. So I'll keep an eye on that one. What else do we have? Gary, NEM. Hourly chart. Look at the turn. So, you know, there's, oops, I need to check something here. You know, there's always the traders that's going to jump in early and beat that. And I get that. The thing of it is over the years, I've discovered that the trend could be the most powerful thing in a chart. And for every chart that sneaks up but doesn't qualify for a trend, how can I say this? There's charts that don't qualify for the trend. This can be just a little fake out breakthrough, and then they just run back down. And you end up as a trader just fighting that all the time. Where if you have that trend, you start putting the probabilities in your favor. Here's the daily chart. Look how we're just moving sideways. Here you've got what? Green, 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 red, 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 green. That's just moving sideways. But if you're an early trader, I'm not knocking that, if that's what trips your trigger, then that looks great on the daily chart. We don't have the trend yet on the daily chart, but right now it looks pretty good. So anyway, I just watch the turns. Okay, that's the whole main thing here. And I am totally out of time. All right, I will see everybody at the bottom of the hour. Thank you for playing along. Thank you for watching this. I think using this dark chart with the Trendicator and with the T-line and putting that hourly with the daily, I think you can learn to make some real sense of timing the market and timing the trade. Anyway, good luck with that. We'll see everybody bottom of the hour.